Battle Droid. Rather than use flesh and blood warriors, the Separatists prefer mindless loyal soldiers that are easily controlled. Battle Droids are dim-witted and no match for the clone troopers or the Jedi, but they weren't designed to be smart. They were designed to overwhelm the Republic civilians through sheer numbers, something they do very effectively. Hello, welcome to another Centurion's Corner, and today we're bringing you the review of the Battle Droid. Now, I got this on my toy hunt the other day. It was $19.99, and yeah, he looks pretty cool, and I can't wait to unlock him. So, I never really liked these guys in the films. It's only until the Clone Wars came out that I actually started to enjoy sort of their characteristics. And I think the comedy suits them a bit more, and it suits them a lot more in the Clone Wars than it does in the movies. But over the years and the prequels, everything's sort of dampened down. It's all now, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, I think it's pretty nice. So, looking at the box, it's just a standard black series. Battle Droid down the bottom, and we also got his little sort of picture down there. On the side is number 83, and the other side it's got Battle Doctor, as it's been taken out and not stretched very nicely across there. And there we've got its number 83 pencil drawing and his bio on the back. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Alright, here he is in his blister pack. So there's no hidden accessories, it's just him and his antenna and his little blaster. So we should pull him open and have a first kind of ganders at him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, straight away I can feel like he's I don't know if you ever had, well, the only Battle Droids I've ever had really are the Clone War figures, and just his articulation straight away just feels like that. And I think you can get him in a number of poses and quite funny ones as well. So yeah, I'm going to go away now and give this guy a good old play with, take some pictures, and I'll come back and have a really good review. See you in a mo. So first off, we'll just take a look at his accessories. He only comes with 3 types of accessories, but it's all he needs. So first of all, he's got his Battle Droid blaster. It's just painted black and it's got silver applicants on there. And it's done really well. It's not even like a sort of an overall dry brush like some like Boba Fett has and stuff. It's really done kind of like a more of a rustic look. It just highlights all the details on there. And it actually kind of looks more hand painted than it does done by factory. Just slightly a little bit bent here, so I don't know if that's just a normal thing. But it's quite a thick gun, so I can't imagine it being like that. I don't know if whether it's moulded that way or not. Right, other accessories that he comes with is his backpack. And this is done really nicely. The silver detail, it's just on the edges. So it just kind of looks like a scuff mark, and where it's reflective as well, it kind of just shines as the lights pop it. It's really good. It kind of looks like it's really scuffed. So with the backpack, he's got 2 antennas that come up on there, and they can just simply go back down. And also it's got a little hole on the side, and there's a peg on the gun. And it just fits nicely just in the back, so you can have it there. With the backpack as well, it's just really nicely done. And the dirt as well, it's just not overdone, it's just in the right areas and it's just enough. It's really good. So the backpack can just pop off, and it's just nicely sculpted as well, where you can just pop it back into the peg holes and it's seamless. It's perfect. So that leaves him with 2 holes in the back, and it comes with a single aerial that you could just pop into one side on there. And to be honest, the battle droids that come with this is normally like the captain, which are the ones with a bit of a yellow blob here and a little bit of yellow on top of their head. So it's great for army building. You know, if you want to get 5 of these and your 5th one you just want to put a little bit of yellow there and a bit of yellow there, perfect. It's literally, with this here, you know, you can have your captain, chuck this on there, and you've got your normal battle droids. It's brilliant. So with this aerial, it's just slightly a little bit sculpted in there, but there's no weathering on it, so they're sort of slacked a little bit on there. But again, it's sculpted nicely, so it just fits with the curve around the back. So the next thing we'll look at his posability. So they've done so well with this battle droid, and you can tell that they've actually taken their time with it, and obviously it's one whole new sculpt, and it's done really, really well. So let's start with the head. So first off, up here, it's got this little bit here that moves. It goes up and down, and it's kind of like his hair, but it's really good because it's kind of like an expression thing. So if you just wanted to do like a photo, you can make him like a surprise. You can just put it down and he'll just be a normal little battle droid. So also at the top, it's got like a nice little swivel, just enough at the top there, top of his head. And then also you can look up and you can look down. And it's also got a little joint here, so we can look down and then you can go all the way back. Also in his shoulders and his arms, they can come up this far. He's got a swivel at the bicep, and he's got one jointed singular elbow, just a little bit more than sort of 90 degrees, but it can go right, because he's so skinny, he can just fit right across, so he can easily hold his gun if you want to get him into a battle pose or anything like that. Also, just below the elbow, he's got a rotation. And he's got rotation at the wrist and also on the hinge. At first I thought his fingers do move, but they don't. It just kind of, it's got like a join there, but it's just well sculpted that it actually looks like a joint. And looking at his hands as well, they're in trigger full. And he holds a gun very securely. And you can hold it in both hands as well. Alright, carrying on with the posability. So here he's got like a joint, it's like connected here and it goes up underneath, just up there. So you can look down that much and you can look back. It's not much of a thing there, but at least you've got a little bit of a gesture. And there's a tiny, tiny little bit of rotation there, but it's kind of hindered by these here. So he's got really thin hips, so he only can go out this far. There's no sort of pull out there, so his legs can't really do the splits. And with his legs, they can come right up, and they can also go right back. With his legs as well, he's only got a singular knee, but it can go all the way this far back. And it's sculpted so much so that you've got this thin bit here on the back of his thigh that actually fits into the back of his shin or his calf. And then he's got a tiny little bit of rotation at the ankle, and then he's also got a pivot. So in all, he's done really well. The only thing is, my little left leg here is just a tiny little bit loose, so just posing him, and this leg's a little bit slightly out, so you always have to kind of put him one leg forward when posing him. But apart from that, he's brilliant. And also, Hasbro have included an extra part as well. So with his neck, we can pull this out, and he's got an extra little rod bit that comes out. And again, this is ideal for anything. Like if you want to take action photos, like he's getting blasted or he's getting hit by a lightsaber, it just adds to the effect of it. But what it's designed for is that you can actually start leaning his head right down and get his head right down low. And with this little bit here that's taken out the back of his knee, we can put that right there and bring that right up. And then we can bring this one right back up as well. And then we can turn him around. Add his backpack. Add his gun. And here he is, in his deployed state of the battle transport. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so he's back up again. And what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at his sculpt and his paint apps. So starting with his head, his eyes are just a little matte black, just put in there. And to be honest, I think it's probably the worst part of the actual figure is his eyes. There's not much you could really do with it, but maybe like a gloss look or something like that, just to make them pop a little bit more. But the paint apps all around on the silver, they're not just put down randomly like some of the clone troopers and stuff. It's literally done just all on the edges. It's all on the sides of his chest and working down to there. It's done really well. And also the paint app is also on his knees. So he's got silver knees where the paint's rubbed off. It's done really, really well. The sculpt, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just lots of ribbon and lines and just kind of what you think a Battle Droid is. And even though he's quite thin, he's quite strong as well. He's quite, his stiffs are alright, apart from his leg that I got on my one. So comment down below if you have any sort of problems with your Battle Droid legs. Also working down, it's just like the dirts. It's just done really well. It's just all got the small details in the top of his legs there. Got these extra little bits on his knees, and going down to his feet with his toes. But it's just a little bit on the back where this character lacks. So you won't really be seeing much of him from the back, but there's no paint applications on the back of his knees. But I guess that because you'd be rubbing the legs when you're putting them together in his little baby pose. So taking the backpack off as well. Obviously you would probably have this on most of the time, but again there's no paint applications on the back. And also like the back of the arms and the back of the body there. So I think they have kind of sort of let less else down. But because the backpack's the majority of the back, you don't really notice it that much. And the only part you see is the top of the legs here where it's got like a bit of dirt and whatnot. But in all, it's a really good figure. So that brings me to the end of the review. I would highly recommend the Battle Droid to anyone out there. If you're not a fan of Clone Wars or the old prequels, then obviously just don't pick it up. But if you do love the Battle Droids and everything that goes with them, then I highly recommend this. And why he's still £20 at the moment out of the new series, then he's definitely a fine addition to your collection. So guys, just follow me down below. I'm on Instagram, so just add me on there if you want to chat at any times. Subscribe, all that jazz, and give us comments if you're going to pick up the Battle Droid. And I'll see you next time. Bye.